Hello and welcome back to the cockpit of the A-18 Hornet. We are continuing to work on our Hornet Flight School campaign. Not much progress is being made in this, mostly because I've kind of lost focus on it. But I still want to kind of put out the little bit of testing that I'm doing. The campaign itself is fully formed as far as missions put together and all of that kind of stuff. But now there's just a lot of attention to detail and testing and things like that. So this is attempt number 3 at trying to get through the carrier Quals mission that I made. Let's see if we can get through it this time.
Time for your first catapult launch. Today we're going to practice launching from the carrier and Case 1 recoveries. In the real world, you would have several directors.
I want to see what happened there. What was that? Something happened. Right before I pressed the button, things changed. I am not in VR today because for testing purposes, it's very difficult to switch back and forth.
Time for your first catapult launch. Today we're going to practice launching from the carrier and Case 1 recoveries. In the real world, you would have several directors that would guide you from your parking spot here all the way over to the catapult.
So my question is why is that doing that? So what was it even doing? So we have this first message here. That's correct. Then you press the button and it goes to number 3, and then you get this real world thing. Then you get this here. So we got 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to so it doesn't matter. And then you launch. You have to be outside the zone before we get to 97. Then once flag 97 is inside, once you're on the carrier and stopped, you should get this message. It's moving too fast for me to catch what the message was, so it's giving me a hard time trying to figure out what it is. I got to really focus on that top right corner to see what that flashing message is, because it's clearly not the message that's supposed to be there. It's supposed to go straight from the intro that we did to...
Time for your first catapult launch.
Okay, what is it?
In the real world,
it goes by so
you would
fast.
have several directors that would guide you from your parking spot here all the way over to the catapult, but for this we'll have to taxi over to the active cat on our own. Once we're done going over the process, you'll add minimal power to get yourself moving and slowly turn toward the catapult that has personnel standing by it. Once you're approaching it, the director standing on the catapult will begin giving you directions. The hand signals you'll need to know for that will be both hands moving in towards the face, which indicates that you need to move straight forward in whatever direction you're facing, even if the director isn't directly in front of you. At this point, the crew will need to get you attached to the catapult, which involves 2 pieces of gear. The first is the tension bar, which is attached to the rear of your nose wheel and prevents your aircraft from moving forward before you're launched. This is being attached right now. The second is the launch bar, which is attached to the front of your landing gear and links up with the shuttle, which is the part of the catapult that is going to yank you forward during the launch. The director should be instructing you to lower the launch bar with a hand signal showing one arm held down and to the left. Find the launch bar, switch down on the bottom left of your cockpit and flip it to down. Once the tension bar is attached, you'll be asked to move the aircraft forward until the launch bar drops into the shuttle, then asked to... The director should now be making a hand signal similar to the launch bar signal, except now his arm should be bent at the elbow, signaling you to raise the launch bar to seat it in the shuttle. Go ahead and do that now. Once that's done, he should raise one hand in the air and begin waving it rapidly in a tight circle. This is an indication that you need to apply full throttle in preparation to launch. Apply full throttle, then execute a wipeout of your flight controls, which is moving your stick as far as it will go in every direction several times, as well as moving your rudder controls back and forth a few times. This ensures that there are no problems with the flight control system prior to launch.
We've already verified that all this works. We're trying to test the rest of this stuff.
Once the wipeout is complete, you'll give your salute using the appropriate keybind, which will let the crew know you're ready to go. The shooter will verify all personnel are good to go, then kneel down and extend an arm forward, signaling the catapult operator to shoot you.
I'm really confused as to why my TACAN... 74 X-ray, that's my TACAN.
Off the bow. Once you're off the carrier, stay below 500-foot AGL to keep clear of aircraft on their Case 1 recovery until you're at least 5 miles from the carrier. You'll also perform a clearing turn, which is a slight turn toward the side of the carrier you launched from long enough to get clear of the bow of the ship, then you return to the original heading. At 5 miles, you can climb out and swing around to approach the carrier to land. Report inbound, followed immediately by your CU at 10 call, then execute your Case 1 recovery. Okay, we're ready to launch, so throttle up, wipe your controls, give your salute, and prepare for the ride of your life.
Marshall 010, marking mops 06344, Angels 3, state 10.3.
010, Mother's weather is visibility 10 plus mile. Clear. Altimeter is 290.903. Case 1 recovery expected BRC 109. Report see me at 10.
Get around behind the carrier, then we'll report see you at 10.
Tower 010, overhead Angels 3, state 10.2.
010, Tower, Roger, BRC 109, signal is Charlie.
010,
I'm not sure why I got a signal as Charlie.
010, see you at 10.
Update state, switch tower.
010, state 10.1.
Let's get our altimeter set to radar. Start slowing down. So the goal of this mission is to try to make it so that you get 3 traps, and then once you get your 3 traps, that'll pass the mission. That's the goal. I'm going to be severely limited because I can't look around very easily, but I don't feel like dealing with my VR headset right now, so we're going to do the best we can. The biggest problem with using my VR headset for testing purposes is that, for whatever reason, the graphics in the menu are way worse. Like, the lag in it is way worse than it is when I'm actually playing something. Probably because they just have a bunch of little objects in there that the computer is having to render. I'm too high, but that's alright. We'll do the best we can here. Yeah, we're way too close. Give myself a little bit more room. Too high though. We do need to descend. We're supposed to be down at like 600 feet right now. You're supposed to start that turn at 600 feet, and then by the time you get around about halfway through the turn, you're supposed to be at about a 450. So hopefully we can make up some of that.
You're drifting right. You're lined up right. Come left. Come left. Wave off, wave off.
Good trap. Reduce throttle to idle. Raise your hook and fold the wings using the lever on the right.
Okay, so yeah, that's not
Find a
working
good
correctly.
place to park, then execute a complete shutdown to end the lesson.
Okay, that's not supposed to work like that. So what's causing the problem? We're having some kind of issue where my flags are advancing when they're not supposed to. So we have a flag. We're using flag 99 and values to advance the steps of the mission forward. So you start the mission, it sets flag 99 to true, which is 99 is my mission tracking flag. Then when you press the IP button, it takes it from 1 to 2, and then when you... Oh. That would explain this. Pressing the button's not supposed to have any messages. That would explain why we're getting extra messages. So that would be that. Okay, so 1 to 2. Then it takes... When you let go of the button, it takes it from... So here's how I've gotten my button presses to work. When you push the button in, when you press the IP button to 1, and that's why I'm using flag 99 as my mission tracker, is because I'm using cockpit item 99, which is the IP push button, as my advance the thing. So that's how that works. So basically, we start off with flag 99 equal to 1, then you push the button in and it increases it to 2, and then once you let go of the button, it takes it from 2 to 3. And I had to do that because for whatever reason, well, you have to have a... depending on how long you hold the button down, it might advance a couple of cycles through things. So I had to put stops in there so that it only detects changes in the button status and not just, do you have it held down and is this flag this? So I had to split all of my stuff up between pushing it in and then releasing the button so that it wouldn't just cycle infinitely through all of the steps before you were ready to move on. So that's how that works. So you push the button in to go from 1 to 2, and then once you let it go, it goes from 2 to 3. You should get this message. 3 to 4. 4 to 5. 5 to 6. 6, and then 5 to 6. And if flag 6 is this, then it gives you the last little thing. Then you launch. Once you go outside the moving zone that I've set at about, I think, a mile radius from the carrier, it should set flag value 99 equal to 97. That's the way that's supposed to work. Then once you're inside the moving zone and your speed is lower than about 80 knots, because I figure once you can't fly at 80 knots, you're gonna stall. So ideally, I guess 50 knots. Because I want to make sure, the problem is that the carrier's moving. So if I come to a stop on the carrier, but the carrier's doing like 50, I guess it's not going to be doing 50 knots. So flag, oh, that would be why. I mean, that doesn't help. Okay, so this is actually supposed to be 97. This should be 98. Oh, wait, no, 99. 90, so, hold on. So you leave the zone and it becomes 97, and then you go to, then once you're, if the flag is 97 and you come into the zone, then we set this to 98. Then you come into here, if it's 98, we set it to 90. Oh, hold on. I need to change the numbers here. So 96. And then if it's 96, I need to give I like to make 99, I like to make 99 my finishing my mission thing, so that's why I'm doing this. Because 99.99 means, oh, mission complete. That's how I follow that. Hold on. So 96, 97, 97, 98, 98, 99. Yeah, that works. So we have 96, 96 to 97, 97 to 98, 98 to 99, and then if flag equals 99 and you're on the carrier and you turn the battery switch off, which assumes that you shut down, we set flag 99.99 to 1, which indicates that you've passed, that it scores the mission for you. That's the way that's supposed to work. We'll see how that goes, but ideally that's the way that that's supposed to work. So all we can do now is just try again. Oh, but first and foremost, let me double check and make sure that the Stennis actually has tachyon turned on. Oh, well, that would explain why that's not working. Because for whatever reason, it didn't copy over. So where's my... Oh, okay. ICLS is supposed to be 11. What's all this extra crap here? All right, so activate tachyon. We'll make that 74. And then activate ICLS. We'll make that 11. Just because that's the one I remember it being from other things. Now we save that. So this is the kind of attention to detail stuff that I have to go back and do and make sure that everything's set up exactly properly, because that's why our tachyon wasn't working, because I had it set to 74 for, I think, the first mission that I did here, but for whatever reason, it didn't copy over all the little details like that, and I have to go through and make sure that each little item has its proper thing set up the way it's supposed to be, so that when we come to do these missions, they work.
Time for your... At this point, the director should now be making a hand signal similar to the launch bar signal, except now his arm should be bent at the elbow, signaling you to raise the launch bar to seat it in the shuttle. Go ahead and do that now. Once that's done, he should raise one hand in the air and begin waving it rapidly in a tight circle. This is an indication that you need to apply full throttle in preparation to launch. Apply full throttle, then execute a wipeout of your flight controls, which is moving your stick as far as it will go in every direction several times, as well as moving your rudder controls back and forth a few times. This ensures that there are no problems with the flight control system prior to launch. Hold here a second while I explain the remainder of the launch. Once the wipeout is complete, you'll give your salute using the appropriate keybind, which will let the crew know you're ready to go. The shooter will verify all personnel are good to go, then kneel down and extend an arm forward, signaling the catapult operator to shoot you off the bow. Once you're off the carrier, stay below 500-foot AGL to keep clear of aircraft on their Case 1 recovery until you're at least 5 miles from the carrier. You'll also perform a clearing turn, which is a slight turn toward the side of the carrier you launched from long enough to get clear of the bow of the ship, then you return to the original heading. At 5 miles, you can climb out and swing around to approach the carrier to land. Report inbound, followed immediately by your CU at 10 call. Then execute your Case 1 recovery.
And then I got to go back and make sure that the text
Okay,
items stay
we're
up
ready
there
to
long enough
launch,
for the voice
so
to finish. So
throttle
that,
up,
you know, it's
wipe
a
your
bunch of little
controls,
stuff like this.
Give your salute, and prepare for the ride of your life.
All right. Hopefully my TACAN information will pop up this time so I can actually use it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm not sure. It either didn't save or I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, I forgot I need to set my frequency up here to 127,500. Enter. Boom, boom, boom.
Marshall 010. Marking Mops 10843. Angels 1. State 10.4.
010. Mother's weather is visibility 10.
010. See you at 10. Tower 010. Overhead Angels 1.5. State 10.4.
010. Power, roger. BRC 109er. Signal is Charlie.
010.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the TACAN here.
010. State 10.3.
I'm not really trying to do too much in the way of proper carrier landings at the moment. I'm just trying to get the testing done, so, because it takes a little while to get all this going. So let's speed this up just a little bit. Okay, speed up a little too slow there. Yo, 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 come on. So the ILS is working, but the TACAN is not. I'm not sure why. Well, crap. Way too much power.
Good trap. Reduce throttle to idle, raise your hook, and fold the wings using the lever on the right.
You know what it is?
Find a good place to park, then...
Okay. Well, we're going to have to end the mission here, but I will tell you what the problem is. I will tell you what the problem is, and some of you who know how to do this have probably noticed that. I need to have it so that you have to exit the zone every time before it will allow you, because right now it's just automatically advancing it. As soon as I land, it advances it from 96 to 97, and then because the conditions are still true, it goes immediately from 97 to 98, and then from 98 to 99, and that's why we're not getting the things. So what I basically need is I need to clone that, and then clone that, and then from here I need to move it. Yeah, so I just need to resequence all of this so that so what we need 99 to 98. So we need this to be 98. Brrr. So I got to work backwards because I want this to end up being 99. So 99. So as soon as you land, it goes from 98 to 99. Then you leave. You leave if flag 99 equals 97. And then this needs to be 97. This needs to be 96. And then this needs to make it 96, but it needs to check to make sure that the flag is 95. Oh, 95. And then this should end up as 95, and it should be checking for 94, and then this should set it to 94. So ideally, you launch, you leave the Stennis, it sets flag value to 94. If flag value is 94, then, oh, hold on, what? Somehow I screwed those numbers up, 95. All right, so you leave the Stennis, you get 94. Then you land. If you land and the flag is 94, it sets it to 95. Then if you take off and flag is 95 and you leave the zone. So this needs to be a switched condition item because we're reusing it now. So we got to change that so that it's reusable. Okay. Leave the zone, make it 94. If it's 94 and you stop on the Stennis, it changes it to 95. You leave. If it's 95 and you leave the zone, it moves to 96. If it's 96 and you stop on the stimulus, it moves it to 97. If it's 97 and you leave the zone, it sets it to 98. If it's 98 and you stop on the stimulus for the last time, it sets it to 99, and that allows you to finish the mission. Okay, ideally, that should be completely done. I will test this on my own because we've just spent 30 minutes testing it here, but hopefully you guys see the kind of work that goes into figuring all of this stuff out, because it isn't just put some stuff on a map and make it work. And like, I just spent 30 minutes working out a single problem. So this is why it takes so long to do this stuff. And it's also why I've kind of lost steam, because you know, it's a lot of little attention to detail stuff, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like you're making a lot of progress. So ideally, now we've figured out the logic behind that. We've verified that we can land, and as long as the numbers are right, it'll go through and do all those things. And now that we have something that will actually advance the steps as of leaving the carrier rather than just instantly cycling through it, it should work. But I'll verify that on my own. It should be fine now. So all that said, hopefully you guys got something out of that. I will continue to try to make these videos so that you guys can track the progress as I slowly grind my way through this stuff. And then eventually it will be done, and hopefully I can find a way to make it available for sale, preferably in a way that involves Eagle Dynamics in some fashion, because it would be great if they would pick this up as a campaign on their web store. So I got to figure out how to do that. But anyways, hopefully you guys got something out of that. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube algorithm will send the video out to more people. Subscribe to the channel so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your video feed. And lastly, I'm looking for cool ideas for exclusive perks that I can provide for those of you who have an interest in supporting the channel. Be sure to come back for the next video, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye, guys.